Have you ever seen a kitten face the impossible for what it loves? Get ready, because Romeo will prove that, even being small, a brave heart knows no limits. In the small village of happy kittens, where the sun always shone and the flowers danced in the wind, life was full of color and joy. The cats had fun running between the houses, playing in the trees, and sharing stories around the campfire. But there was a mystery that lingered over the village. A legend that spoke of a golden fish that lived in a distant forest. This fish, according to the stories, had the power to grant wishes and bring happiness to those who managed to find it. For many, it was just a fable to enchant the children, but for Romeo, it was an opportunity to do something extraordinary. He dreamed of bringing a little magic into his life, and more importantly, into the life of his mother, Sophia, who had become weaker and more distant by the day. Sophia had always been the heart of the home, a loving mother who cared for everyone with kindness. She told incredible stories about adventures and heroes that made Romeo's eyes shine. But in recent days, her laughter had faded, and the warmth of her love seemed to be slipping away. Romeo couldn't bear to see his mother like this, and his little heart pulsed with worry. He decided he needed to find the golden fish so that the magic of that wish could restore his mother's joy. So, with a sparkle of determination in his eyes and a magic stone that had always given him strength, Romeo prepared to embark on the greatest adventure of his life. With his friends by his side, he was about to discover that true courage comes from a heart that loves. With the sunrise, Romeo made a decision. He would immediately set off for the forest without telling anyone. His heart pulsed with anxiety and excitement, and he knew this was his chance to do something grand for his mother. He took with him only a magic stone that his mother had given him when he was a kitten. "This stone will protect you," she always said, and now Romeo held it firmly, believing that his love and courage would guide him. With one last look at the village, he took a deep breath and began his journey. Along the way, Romeo encountered his friends, who quickly insisted on joining him. Max, a strong and loyal tabby cat, was always ready to defend his friends and soon joined him. Mimi, a delicate little cat with fur as soft as cotton, also didn't want to miss out. Finally, Tobias, the funniest and clumsiest cat in the village, with his antics, brought laughter and joy to the group. Together, they formed a united team, ready to face any challenge in the name of friendship and the love they felt for Sophia. The forest was mysterious and full of sounds that made even the bravest cats hesitate. The branches seemed to whisper and shadows danced around them. Max walked ahead, clearing the way, while Mimi and Tobias tried to be quiet. Suddenly, they heard a distant howl. "Should we go back?" asked Mimi, her eyes wide with fear. But Romeo would not give up. "I need to find the golden fish for my mother," he said, his voice firm, and his friends understood he was speaking from the heart. Along the way, they faced increasingly difficult challenges. In a clearing, they found a wide, icy river with choppy waters. Romeo, determined, looked at the current and realized there was no other way to cross. With the magic stone clasped between his paws, he plunged into the water, fighting against the current. It was a painful crossing, and for a moment he thought he wouldn't make it. But with his friends' help, they all crossed, exhausted but alive. They walked for hours until night fell, and they snuggled under a tree. Tobias, always trying to lighten the mood, performed a series of clumsy antics that made the others laugh, and for a brief moment, the tension disappeared. But Romeo, even while smiling, thought of Sophia and how every second was precious. Finally, they reached a hill where, at the top, a golden light seemed to shine. "It's the golden fish," shouted Mimi, a mix of joy and relief. But as they began to climb, they realized they were not alone. An imposing and shadowy cat with black fur and penetrating yellow eyes blocked their path. He was known as Shadow, the guardian of the golden fish. He stared at Romeo with disdain. "The golden fish is not for just anyone," Shadow said in a cold tone. "You are just a kitten. Why do you deserve to find it?" Romeo swallowed hard but did not back down. With a trembling yet determined voice, he replied, "I want the golden fish not for myself, but to save my mother. She taught me to love, to protect, and to care for others. She means everything to me." Shadow looked at him for a long time, as if weighing every word spoken. Finally, he stepped aside, allowing Romeo and his friends to pass. At the top, they found a small lake where the golden fish swam, illuminating the water around it with its glow. Romeo, exhausted, knelt by the lake and with tears in his eyes, asked the golden fish to help his mother. The water of the lake began to shine even more brightly, and a wave of magic filled the air. The golden fish looked at him and said, "Courage and love are the keys to true magic." Suddenly, a light surrounded Romeo, and he felt a strong energy within himself. "Take this to your mother and tell her that love always prevails," said the golden fish. And in an instant, Romeo had a small sphere of light in his paws, the essence of the golden fish. He and his friends hurried down the hill, and upon arriving home, Romeo ran to Sophia's bed and placed the sphere beside her. The light began to shine brightly, and slowly, Sophia opened her eyes. Her purring returned, and Romeo felt his mission had been accomplished. And so, with love and courage, Romeo proved that even the smallest of kittens can achieve great deeds. Leave your like, share this video with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel to receive new stories about cute kittens. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next story.